It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Miami as the Heat go up against the Charlotte Hornets. It's been some pretty good basketball lately for the Hornets. They've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. And some of the best guards in the league facing off tonight, different skill sets, different styles. Kenny, if you had to build a guard from scratch, what are some of the characteristics you'd look for?
Oh, no question. I'd take the shooting touch of Steph Curry. I'd take the...
He makes it look
Steph. I'd take the toughness of Russell Westbrook. I'd take the basketball savvy of Chris Paul. And I'd throw
You take the defense of...
I'll take the defense of Tony Allen and throw it all together. You wouldn't put that together, Shaq? That's making you tired and sleepy? Wake up!
Is this boring you?
I would want toughness. You have to be able to switch on to certain players, the bigger players, and I would like the leadership.
And give me the size of Michael Carter-Williams at the point.
The size of Michael Carter. How about the size of Magic Johnson?
No, that's a little bit too big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because later on in his career.
Huh?
Wake up, man.
What happened?
Leadership.
Oh, sorry.
And I'll take the ability not to go to sleep like Shaq.
Well, if you answer the question.
What a wonderful view of the lights of Miami here on a gorgeous night in South Florida. It's an Eastern Conference battle at the American Airlines Arena here in Miami, Florida, as the Heat look to work the home court advantage. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And, of course, Jordan Crawford. It's our first glimpse of him, looking good in his new Hornets jersey.
You know, the trade you were talking about, it's not front-page news, but I really believe that it could pay huge dividends for this team in the future.
And before the action gets going here, let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Eric Spoelstra. What's the news, David?
Kevin, thanks. They have struggled in this particular matchup this season with a 1-2 mark against them so far. He told me it hasn't been an easy matchup for us, but we never expected it would be. We need to take what we learned in the last 3 games and apply it tonight. Kevin, with a win today, they can obviously tie the season series at 2-2.
Thanks, David. Great guards battling it out tonight, Brent. Who was the thorn in your side at the guard position back when you were playing?
2 guys for me come to mind, Kevin. One is a guy that's in the Hall of Fame. I think you might remember him. His name is Allen Iverson. And I specifically,
yes, I do recall him.
You heard about that guy. I remember specifically one time where Gary Payton and I, playing in the Seattle backcourt, had prepped for a game where he was going to take AI, I was going to guard Eric Snow, and I was thanking the heavens that that was the case for that night. We got to the game. Gary Payton turned to me at the jump ball and said, "You take AI." That's not fun.
No. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. Batum and Kid Gilchrist, the rangy wings. Cody Zeller out there with Williams. And it's Walker in at the 1. Now here's Winslow. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Walker with it. He kicks to Zeller. There's a screen. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Zeller. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Dragic with it. He's picked up by Walker. Here's Waiters, and Waiters with the stuff.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
And so it's Charlotte with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And their aggressiveness on D, for me, it felt like that was the advantage that turned the tide for them.
Well, fast and physical, sometimes you can get lost if you get out of whack. They had great discipline on that end of the floor, and that led to some key stops, and they got the win.
Waiters dishes to Dragic. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. The 15-footer. Right side, no good. Miami on defense. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Outside, Walker passes it to Batum. And Whiteside sends it back.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. The Hornets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And Walker kicks to Batum. They need this, and it's Walker that time on the assist from Batum.
And maybe that'll get them going. They need to find a rhythm.
Well, it took a while for them to earn their first 2 points, but in the NBA, things can happen quickly.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. From downtown, another miss by Batum. Miami leading by 7. Outside, Dragic shoots it up. Waiters gets a wide open look. Here's Whiteside, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Whiteside's got his first 2 points of the night.
Not sure if physically you could put Whiteside's game in a nutshell. A guy who hustles and tracks down hard rebounds and then turns them into easy points for his team.
Now here's Batum. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court. Here's Whiteside, and the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And mostly with Whiteside on the offensive end, he's there to clean up the misses, finish a play with a dunk.
And the footwork of Whiteside continues to improve. He does a really good job of shielding the ball when stepping through towards the rim and gets himself in great position to collect lobs when the guys on the perimeter find some space in the gaps. And that's a huge target to throw the ball up to.
Hornets trail by 11. Down low, there's Williams. It's good.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
Hey, this is an interesting point in the season, Brent. You're in the middle of an 82-game schedule. Easy to lose focus. So that being said, how do coaches keep their guys mentally sharp, mentally prepared for each and every night?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Were you asking me something?
I was, Brent, and I'm not going to ask it again.
Oh,
so hopefully you heard some.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's one of the things, Kevin, I would say. Be creative with your practice scheduling. Maybe a couple more days off. You know, do something that's outside the norm so guys don't feel like it's the broken record portion of the season. I think some of the best coaches in our league keep it creative and light at this point in the year.
Shot clock at 6. Batum for 3. The shot off that time, and it's Miami the other way.
And you got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
Hornets trail by 10. Right side to Walker. Williams passes to Batum. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Great patience on the block, elevating with ease and then sinking the close range shot over the top of the D.
Kicks it to Dragic. Right side a screen. It's Dragic with the drive. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Goes back up. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Williams. From deep, Walker. Rebound by Olynyk.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Goes up off the inbound. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Dragic has got his first points of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And Walker kicks to Batum. Picked by Zeller. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. Brent, one of the tougher things a franchise can go through is transitioning from one era to the next.
Well, the Heat have done a pretty good job, especially with how much incredible attention surrounded the big three that was formed down in Miami behind LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and their franchise player in Dwayne Wade. So most teams blow it up, and it takes 7 or 8 years to get back to any kind of prominence. But with Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley in the fold, the Heat have remained competitive and have some young players to build around.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Screen by Olynyk. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Offensive rebound Heat. Right side. Walker with some nice D.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Unable to get that one. The Heat go the other way with it. Waiters outside. Right side a screen. Puts it up from 15. And it's Waiters again missing.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. Charlotte moving it around. On the wing, Batum. He's guarded by Waiters. Here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
And Miami has possession following the bucket by the Hornets. Puts it up from 17. Right side missing again.
Looked a little bit forced. No reason for it either. The defense was not even in the frame.
Zeller, a screen on Dragic. Here's Walker. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Look, if they want any shot at winning this game, he has to be better out there.
Hornets trail by 6. Kid Gilchrist the pass to Walker. Olynyk with the steal. And here we go with Waiters. Running it up the court. The 17-footer uses the glass to drop it in. Waiters got 9.
Well, he wants to score. If someone cuts off Waiters' drive, he has that pull-up jumper to add to.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Here's Parker. 14 points from him the last game against Atlanta. He dishes it to Monk. Pass to Hernangomez. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And you look at the size and game of Kidd-Gilchrist. He is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kidd-Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Hernangomez. Always a fun topic. If you could start a franchise with one guy, who would that be? And a big part of that debate, proven veteran versus young guy with massive upside, Brett.
How long's my contract as general manager, Kevin?
Let's say it's a 4-year deal right now.
Okay, I'm going to take the young guy with massive upside.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because if that pans out, my job's going to be 8 years with an extension, and you're hired.
Good, and guaranteed money.
And I'll find the veterans, Kevin, this is an honest point, that want to play with somebody like that. A young player that's drawing that much attention is going to make their jobs easier, and they're probably specialists in what they do, having been in the league that long. So the upside, I'll go with that.
Here's Johnson after the basket by Charlotte. Wade kicks to Johnson. There's the pick. The pass to Richardson. No good on the 3.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Now Lamb. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Monk kicks to Kaminsky. Johnson with the block. Johnson against Parker, and it's Wade in the corner. It's good from long range. Wade's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And we know Dwayne does not take many shots from the outside, but he really knows how to pick his spots.
Parker kicks to Lamb. Screened by Parker. Now the dish to Monk. Pass to Kaminsky. Fires the 3. Johnson with the defensive effort. The Heat leading by 8. Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Johnson kicks to Richardson. Johnson goes in. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Parker kicks to Hernangomez. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Heat.
And really, there's just such a lack of scoring for them from out at the top of the arc in terms of three-point range. And in today's game, you have to get scoring from the three-point range. And that area out above the free throw line extended is a real weak spot for them so far.
And he knocks down the first one.
A second-round pick who relies on instincts and a little bit of size. Hernangomez, actually a pretty good free throw shooter.
So he gets them both.
I don't think anybody around the league does this, but a lot of fans do. Eric Spoelstra won 2 championships while in Miami as the head coach of the Heat. Of course, he had the big 3, but he was the one that orchestrated and got those guys to work things out to become title contenders for the years they were together.
Johnson the screen. 5 to shoot. Wade dishes to Johnson. For 3, Richardson. Here's Adebayo. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And with this opportunity, we can show you this season's top shot blocking teams. The Heat third.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
He misses the free throw. And, Brent, I was looking up what you said about Spoelstra and his multiple NBA titles. Less than 15 coaches ever have done that.
I mean, you're an incredibly special coach to be on that kind of list, and you feel like Eric Spoelstra doesn't quite get the recognition from the general NBA public, certainly amongst the coaching ranks. These guys look at what Eric Spoelstra was able to do with that roster and marvel at the young guys' efforts and exploits during that time.
Now here's Kaminsky. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
It's Parker with the drive.
Well, Tyler Johnson getting up fast to block that one.
Here's Richardson. Richardson missing again. Hornets trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And that one's good. Parker.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Johnson following the score by Tony Parker. Johnson the screen. Now here's Richardson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Johnson kicks to Johnson. Miami needs to get a shot off. From deep three-point range, Johnson can't get it to go. Charlotte shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. There's the pick. Monk, the pass to Lamb. Over Richardson. No good off the back of the rim.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Richardson with a screen for Johnson. Feeds it to Richardson. Richardson missing again. And that does it for the first quarter. Heat out front, leading by 6. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. You know, just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, you know, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their deep.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Monk is out there with Tony Parker. There's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Hernan Gomez. And it's Kaminsky in at the 4. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. And Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. And the first one drops. So, Brent, certain players are known for getting into people's heads. Who is a guy you played against that really challenged your mental toughness?
I'll give you 2 examples, Kevin. As an opponent, I would tell you that Vernon Maxwell was one of the less cerebral and more in-your-face aggressive players that I ever faced as an opponent. But on the flip side of that, Kevin, there were guys I played with that sometimes would challenge you mentally. In particular, one Gary Payton in Seattle. Always interesting to see how he approached the game, and sometimes even his own teammates.
But you always welcome the challenge, I'm sure.
Well, I take it head on. I mean, that's what guys do. They're paid to compete.
And it's good for 2. Kaminsky's got his first 2 points of the night. Miami leading by 6. Wade on the wing. A 17-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
Here's Kaminsky, and finished off by Kaminsky.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Johnson kicks to Wade. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Wade's got 5 points so far.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
And that one's good. Parker.
And Parker just super efficient at shooting from inside the paint with shots like that one.
He'd have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Johnson kicks to Wade. Over Monk. Wade can't hit.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
Now here's Lamb. Defense right on him. Over Richardson. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Jeremy Lamb.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Passes it to Adebayo. Now here's Richardson, covered by Lamb. Wade kicks to Johnson. And here is Johnson, who's coming off a 13-point game against Sacramento.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now here's Lamb. D right on him. Charlotte moving it around. Kaminsky in the corner. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. He has 7.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
And they couldn't get stops when they needed to. The opposition just too comfortable shooting the basketball.
And it's not that you have to take chances, but you got to step up your effort and try to get disruptive. They never did that. And on the road, that's a recipe for disaster.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Dishes it to Williams. And it's blocked.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Raiders no luck. Hornets have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. To the middle. It's tipped. Walker dishes to Zeller. Back to Walker. A beautiful reverse layup. Walker's got his second bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Rockets the pass to Whiteside. Screen by Olynyk. Raiders for 3. Count it. Number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Good job of using that screen. Waiters recognizes when to hesitate and when to speed up. Good instincts.
And Batum kicks to Walker. Nobody near Kid Gilchrist. And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Winslow's shot is off.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. The defense has to be more aggressive moving forward. There are very few people in the league that put the type of fear in a shooter, especially when they draw close to the rim. Like Hassan Whiteside, gets to so many shots with his height, uses both arms to block shots, and he changes countless attempts around the rim.
And with Whiteside, certainly one of the preeminent shot blockers in the NBA, Brent does so without selling out for shots, too.
You think about a great shot blocker and maybe a guy that he's talked to a lot in Alonzo Mourning. Whiteside does a good job of staying down and waiting until the offensive player gets off his feet or releases the ball so that he can get up there and swat it away.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Over the past couple years, Brent, we've seen coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens take more of an even-tempered approach. Could that become a coaching trend going forward?
Well, I like that both Steve and Brad have some very good players. That would keep me calm too, Kevin.
Yes, it would. You begin right there. I agree.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a shift in what it is that the generation of the younger players has grown up with. And coaches that have the ability to communicate always, Kevin, are going to come out on top. They get their message through, they keep their team positive, and they keep their environment pointed in the direction that is moving forward.
Excellent. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. Outside, Batum. Clock at 4. Basket good. Williams has got the lead up to 1 now for Charlotte.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
There's Dragic with the 3, and again, Miami with the triple.
You just can't leave Goran Dragic open from the three-point line. He loves getting free from beyond the arc and letting it fly.
Pick by Zeller. Batum dishes to Zeller. Back to Batum. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Waiters. He's putting up about 14 points tonight, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
That free throw good from Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Both free throws good from Batum. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Walker against Dragic, using his post move to get the 2 points. Dragic has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Over in the corner, Williams. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Outside for Batum. Drains the three-pointer. Batum's got 9. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Screen by Olynyk. Dragic against Walker. Shoots over Walker. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And it's 9 points for Goran Dragic.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. He had 25 points in the win against Atlanta.
Well, after a tough first quarter, it didn't get to him in any way. He's really stepped up here in the second quarter.
Dragic against Walker. And Waiters kicks to Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Yeah, he can surprise you around the rim. Olynyk has some lift.
Walker the pass to Zeller. Kid Gilchrist sends the pick for Zeller. Walker dishes to Zeller. Over Whiteside. Will not go. This is off the front iron. He'd have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. The feed to Winslow. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. And it's Winslow that time on the assist by Dragic. Dragic has got 5 assists tonight. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. Floats it up for Williams. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. Olenek the pass to Waiters. Right side inside. He's against Zeller. Right side, no good. Here's Williams. Rebound by Olenek.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Waiters dishes to Winslow. Back to Waiters. He feeds it to Winslow. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. No good. Charlotte's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. He kicks it to Batum. He's looking for Kid Gilchrist and finds him. And he uses the glass on the layup. Kid Gilchrist has got it all tied up now for the Hornets.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Whiteside kicks to Dragic. In the corner, Winslow with it. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. A fast break now for Charlotte. Walker leading the charge. 4 for 9 from the floor with that miss. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Waiters passes to Dragic. Back to Waiters. Kicks it to Winslow. 6 to shoot. Fires from 18. And the shot falls short this time. The Hornets shooting in this game 45%. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. Pass to Batum. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And for the Heat, they're shooting 43% for the game. And Dragic has it in the corner. Here's Whiteside. Off target at the rim. So it's the Hornets now. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Williams. He shoots again. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in. Kid Gilchrist has got the lead up to 2 now for Charlotte.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Start it.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and pointed in the right direction.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. With this break in the action, let's find out which rookies have been lighting it up from downtown this month. Malik Monk on top.
You know, coming into the NBA, you knew he could stroke it from long range. And over the past month, he's shown us exactly that.
Monk with the ball. Wade is covering. And 1:01 left in the first half of the game. Monk kicks to Kaminsky. Basket counts. Now it's a 4-point Charlotte lead.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Heat shooting the ball at a 43% rate here in the second. Johnson kicks to Johnson. He dishes it to Richardson. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Yeah, this has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Here's Monk. And it's good in the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight.
And right now, the game plan seems to be working.
It looks like this team has finally gotten into the club and found its rhythm, trying their best to pull away.
Richardson kicks to Johnson. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, you got to like his choice right there to go hard to the rack. Took it right at the teeth of the defense.
Johnson against Parker. Monk's shot's good. Monk's got the lead back up to 7 now for Charlotte.
Solid screen there. Willie do good with the footwork.
That's one he knows
he should have drained.
And so it's Charlotte bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what has to happen to pull out the win?
Well, we have to play through some of the tough times, okay, whether it's a missed call or whether missed shots. This is a passionate game, and we got to stay the course.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, Bo. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They have a nice 7-point lead. And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
They're not getting to the line or putting enough pressure on the defense. They have to be much more aggressive pushing the basketball, going hard to the rack. Because if you want the refs to make a call, put them in the position to make a judgment call. If you're not creating opportunities for contact, you have no chance of picking up points at the line.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
A great look at American Airlines Arena right on the shores of Biscayne Bay as we welcome you back to Miami. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. It's been one outstanding game from Dion Waiters.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Hornets leading by 7. Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. And it's Whiteside in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's Winslow. Top of the key, Dragic. The pass to Whiteside. It's Dragic with the drive. Drops in the layup for 2. Dragic has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Miami. Batum against Waiters. Picked by Zeller. Batum passes to Zeller. Walker with a clean look. Hits it from 3-point range. Walker's got 13 points.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Olynyk dishes to Waiters. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Waiters.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Whiteside, averaging about 19 points and almost 3.5 blocks. And you talk about a difference maker. He's a factor inside with his length and activity.
When you look at bigs, you talk to them about 2 key components: protect the rim and pound the glass. And intimidation, that helps too.
Now here's Williams. Here's Zeller. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. 4 on the clock. Kid Gilchrist. And he can extend the lead to double digits. The Heat trail by 8. Batum with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it. It's tipped. Winslow with it. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Dragic kicks to Olynyk. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 6 assists in the game.
And listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination.
Zeller, a screen on Dragic. Walker, the pass to Zeller. At the elbow, Williams. The 15-footer, good. 7 points in the game. Here's Winslow. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Screen by Olynyk. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It goes on Cody Zeller.
That's just amazing work from Winslow. Knows he was going to get hit, but he possesses that strength and concentration to hit the shot. Justice Winslow, the Duke product, can give you a lot on the wing. The questions are what he can do consistently offensively, but you know he's a very good team player on both ends of the floor.
One shot.
That's good from Winslow. Brent Winslow definitely a plus defender, and that's one of the strengths of his game.
Well, what I like about his defense is certainly there's a foundation coming from Duke University, but he's always within arm's reach of a shooter and understands that he can make the move to get there, to challenge a shot, and not ever be out of position.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said it's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow. Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Batum. The Heat trail by 6. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. There's the dish to Dragic. Olynyk sets a screen for Dragic. 6 to shoot. Over Walker. No good from Dragic.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Batum's got the lead up to 8 now for Charlotte.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 11. Right side kicks to Olynyk. Pass to Dragic. Good ball movement here by Miami. To the inside. And it's Whiteside. That time on the assist by Winslow. Whiteside's got 8.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Zeller, a screen on Dragic. Here's Walker. Picked by Zeller. Shots good by Walker. He's got 15.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Waiters. He's got 12. Whiteside dishes to Dragic. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Charlotte leading by 8. Outside Batum. Williams passes to Walker. And now it's a double-digit lead. Walker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And the Heat call time here. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
Yeah, I know the defense has 5 guys, but collectively they're no match for this guy. He is roasting them.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Kemba Walker. He's one of the standouts over the last month. 4th in assists, 14th in steals, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint. A second chance effort, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
And that one falls for Zeller. Now here's Waiters. 12 points for him. And stolen by Zeller. Outside, Batum. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 15 points for Batum.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Right side a screen. Whiteside, a screen on Batum. Feeds to Olynyk. Dragic with a screen for Olynyk. 5 to shoot. With the teardrop, it's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Batum kicks to Walker. Williams dishes to Batum. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Batum. A three-pointer off the mark. The Heat trail by 15. And Waiters has it in the corner. Bangs home the trifecta. Waiters got 15 points.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
There's the screen. Over in the corner, Williams. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Hornets lead by 15.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Shots good by Waiters.
Well, Waiters and confidence, they go together pretty well.
And here's Charlotte. They're on a 16-7 run. Dragic against Walker. On the wing, Batum. Again, Batum missing.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play. And seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Now here's Walker. 17 points in the game. Nobody near Williams. And a miss there on the triple. The Heat trail by 13. And Dragic has it in the corner. And the Heat, another 3.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch-and-shoot J is simply deadly.
Charlotte calls timeout. Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget. His second season in the NBA. Only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Parker against Johnson. And Lamb kicks to Hernangomez. Pass to Lamb. Puts it up. Shot's good by Hernangomez. Hernangomez has got 5.
Hernangomez shooting it right now with confidence. Never be a stretch big in the league, but looking comfortable there.
Johnson the screen. Dishes it to Johnson.
Hey, yo, wait.
Johnson against Parker. Johnson kicks to Johnson. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Charlotte. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points to the left side wing. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. Brent, it's amazing how the three-point shot has evolved and how much it's being used. And some teams now almost entirely perimeter-based. That three-point shot is the first thing out of their mouth. Can you see a team winning a championship that way.
I saw teams win championships. That's the Warriors and the Cavs. If you look at what they did from the three-point line and the type of damage they did, Kevin, that absolutely was a huge reason why they were championship contenders. You could even look at teams that are qualifying for the playoffs as usually 6 or 7 teams that are in each conference. Of those 8, Kevin, are proficient three-point shooting teams.
Here's Johnson following the score by Tony Parker. Wade misses. And Parker, here we go. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. Two shots coming up. And the foul goes against Miami.
And Parker is just so deceptive on the drive. He just knows how to force the issue down low.
And Tony Parker in his prime, one of the best slashing point guards this league has ever seen. Just an outstanding finisher amidst the tall players. And one season, how about he almost led the league in points in the paint, a surefire Hall of Famer.
First free throw is good. And a bit of a down year for Tony Parker in 2017. His lowest three-point percentage in 5 years. Lowest free throw percentage in 9.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see him hitting threes at a higher clip. The previous couple seasons, he shot it up over 40%. And a great way, I think, to boost his offense, even though he has slowed down a bit.
And Tony Parker in the 2017 season with the lowest minutes per game average in his career. He was playing so well in the playoffs. I mean, historically well. Then, Greg, as we know, the quad injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that that 15-year run he's had as a starter, that window is rapidly closing, but still effective, just no longer the focal point that he once was.
Here's Wade. It's deflected.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
Charlotte no good that time either. The Heat trail by 16. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. And the shot is good. Kaminsky's got 11.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Now here's Richardson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 5 on the clock. They set the pick. The feed to Johnson. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Charlotte leading by 18 to the left side wing. Back to Parker. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. He's got 10.
And Parker in the pick and roll, he's as good as it gets.
Wade passes to Adebayo. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Wade. He kicks to Richardson. Pass to Johnson. That 3 off the mark.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
I still think there's a chance you string a couple of big plays together and the tide can turn very quickly.
Now here's Monk. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside. And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
Here's Lamb following the 3 by Miami that went in. Now here's Monk. He's got 7 over Wade. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Wade with no one around. Here's Johnson. Got a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. There's 48 seconds left in the third. Richardson dishes to Johnson. Wade outside to the inside. Adebayo.
Without great lateral mobility, Hernangomez relies on being an anticipatory player, particularly on the defensive end.
Parker against Johnson. Parker kicks to Monk. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Monk sets the screen for Lamb. Hernangomez passes to Lamb. Charlotte moving it around. Parker's shot is off. Johnson outside. Pulls up. And it's Johnson again missing. Parker. That shot no good. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Back right after this. And now let's take a listen on head coach Steve Clifford.
Well, we're doing well. Great job. Show your hands. Show your hands. Don't foul.
Moments ago, Steve Clifford talking about defensive technique. Doesn't want to give up free points at the charity line.
And by focusing in on the smallest thing, his guys know how serious he is. One of the better defensive coaches in our league.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. We've got Jeremy Lamb. Monk is out there with Tony Parker. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Hernangomez in at the 5 spot.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Now here's Lamb. Richardson covering. Here's Monk. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Richardson for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Monk's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Kicks to Lamb. Parker against Johnson. Parker passes to Hernangomez. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Now here's Wade. Richardson kicks to Johnson. They set the pick. The pass to Johnson. Clock at 6. Here's Adebayo. It's deflected.
It's not with extreme athleticism that Willie gets to that shot, but the anticipation and the timing, those help.
Parker kicks to Monk. Back to Parker. On the wing, Lamb. And stolen by Richardson. Goes back up. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Parker.
There's good aggressiveness there from Tyler Johnson. Always attacking on offense and not afraid to get hit when he goes to the rim.
Two shots.
And the first one drops.
And Tyler Johnson and his path to the NBA are quite unique. Undrafted out of college, where he played at Fresno State, comes up through the D-League, now the G-League, and plays a critical role for this Miami Heat basketball team as a force off the bench.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. Winslow's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Waiters in for Dwayne Wade. Stolen by Winslow. In transition, here comes Miami. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
It's a nice job by Winslow to force some of the issue with his size and draw contact on that shot.
For Tyler Johnson, the journey was a quick one. In the span of about 2 years, he goes from the D-League where he played to signing a $50 million contract.
Well, I also think about, Kevin, the fact that he played in just 68 games before last season. So a ton of belief from the organization that Tyler Johnson can be that guy, capable of coming off the bench, scoring baskets, and coming right down the throat of the defense to get to the rim.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, I think Winslow takes a lot of pride in getting himself to the free throw line, understands his body and size, and he will continue to improve upon that over time.
And Miami making a change here. Dragic is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Now here's Walker. Takes the three. Waiters grabs the miss. He dishes it to Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Count it.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
The Heat trail by 18. Now a timeout called by Miami.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Batum against Waiters. There's the dish to Winslow. To the inside. Here's Dragic. No good off the front iron.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Walker dishes to Batum. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. And a miss there on the triple. Miami's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Winslow, the pass to Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Walker. And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. Shoots over Walker. That one a little long.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
Pass to Williams. Feeds to Kid Gilchrist. 6 on the shot clock. And Walker kicks to Batum. Another miss by Batum.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Outside Dragic. Passes it to Winslow. The 11-footer. Again, the miss by the Heat. Charlotte leading by 18. And Batum kicks to Walker. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Batum dishes to Zeller. And here's Walker outside. And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Waiters no luck. The Hornets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's Walker on the wing. Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 4 assists in the game.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Waiters into the lane. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Hornets have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. And Batum kicks to Kid Gilchrist. And it's blocked by Whiteside. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Dragic with a wide open look. Kept alive. Lays it up off the glass. 10 points for Hassan Whiteside.
And Whiteside gobbles up the close range opportunities at the basket like he did there.
Picked by Williams. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Williams up on top. Wants to get it to Zeller and does. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 20.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Now, here's Whiteside. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. There's the lob to the hoop. Stolen by Waiters. And it's the Heat on the break. Waiters leading the charge. And then Waiters with the jam.
Well, Waiters has a role on this team, and tonight he's on a roll. Big time scoring effort.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Here's Batum. Dishes to Walker. Left side Williams. Back to Walker. Williams a screen on Dragic. Here's Walker. The teardrop falls in. Walker's got 19 points.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Dragic against Walker. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Outside Batum. And there's the feed to Walker. Picked by Williams. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Walker. Williams for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Winslow's got his 4th rebound in this one. Waiters with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. That's tipped. Walker against Waiters. Here's Batum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Batum's got 4 this quarter. Here's Dragic. Hey, Brent, with the stakes of players' health being so high, we've seen contract clauses prohibiting many outside activities, but we're talking also about 20-year-old guys who just want to live their lives and enjoy what the success has brought them. What's the balance here?
I think the league tries to do a good job of making sure that players aren't involved in activities that are going to jeopardize what it is that their livelihood brings them, and that is their ability to play on the NBA floor, Kevin. And a lot of those things that you see in the player contract are absolutely things that a player can enjoy after their career is over with. And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Dragic against Walker. He kicks to Zeller. Outside Kid Gilchrist. 6 to shoot. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Dion Waiters. And here's Batum. The shot from the low post is good. Batum's got 12 points here in the second half. Miami's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
So, Brent, less than 0.1% of NBA fans bother to vote for the All-Star game. Do you think the league should devise a different way to choose the players for that big mid-season event?
I'd really like, again, this is an area, Kevin, that the league has done a great job of being a bit progressive with the way they've changed the All-Star balloting. 50% of the vote now going to the fans, 25% to the players, and 25% to the media. It's a way to make sure that guys who are having tremendous seasons are recognized both by their peers and their media rather than the fans getting ahead of some marketing scheme. So this has been addressed.
Perfect. So it's Miami now. There's a good screen. Wade kicks to Dragic. Wade against Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Looking to get back on track here. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. Great D that time from Batum.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the basket by Wade.
There's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
Now here's Walker. Outside Kid Gilchrist. And Zeller kicks to Williams. Picked by Zeller. Williams passes to Kid Gilchrist. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hornets.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finish with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Nicholas Batum.
Well, he could not be stopped on offense. Super efficient tonight. There wasn't a lot the defense could do.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Wade double team. And Brent, every year on average it seems like players get a little taller, they can jump a little higher, they run a little faster. What are your thoughts about raising the rim above 10 feet where it stands now?
That's a great question, Kevin. I don't think that's happening anytime soon, but
you had I can see you shaking your head and you kind of laughed at it.
I just can't see it
happening. The game is hard enough as it is right now, right? Is that what you're saying?
It is. I like your idea about making the court a little bit bigger, but 10 feet seems to be a pretty good number for where that tin sits.
About right, huh? Now here's Batum, 5 to shoot, shoots from 12, doesn't go that time. Johnson outside, and there's the pass to Adebayo. It's Richardson on the wing, covered by Lamb. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Man, sometimes there's dunks and then there's mean dunks. That was a mean dunk.
There's a screen. Parker drives in. It's deflected. Wade outside. And Johnson now top of the key. Back to Wade. And then Wade slams it in.
A show of strength there from Dwayne Wade to muscle the shot in over the tough defense.
One shot.
Free throw no good for Wade.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.